Green silence. The jungle did not feel alive in the way people imagined. It felt endless. From the moment the helicopter vanished, the air itself seemed to close in. Sound died quickly here. Even echoes were swallowed before they could exist. Sweat appeared instantly, soaking clothes, dripping into eyes, making vision blur. Marcus Hale shifted his pack for the 5th time in 10 minutes. Nothing helped. The weight felt wrong, not heavy, just unbalanced, as if the jungle itself was pulling him backward. "We shouldn't stand still," he said. "This place doesn't like that." Naomi Reed nodded, though she didn't know why. She had spent years studying environments like this from a distance. Maps, satellite images, reports. None of them prepared her for the smell. Rot, life, moisture, decay, all layered together. Eli Turner said nothing. He was listening. They moved cautiously, cutting through vegetation that fought back with thorns and vines. The jungle resisted progress in small ways. Branches snapping underfoot, roots twisting ankles, insects crawling into ears and sleeves. Time lost meaning quickly. The sun was invisible behind layers of leaves, but the heat never changed. It stayed constant, pressing, draining. Naomi marked their path out of habit, though she knew it wouldn't help. Everything here looked the same after a few minutes. By the time they reached the river, they were already exhausted. The water moved slowly, deceptively calm. The surface reflected green instead of sky. Marcus stared at it. "It's too quiet." Eli finally spoke. "Everything here is quiet until it isn't." The first night broke them faster than expected. Rain fell without warning, hammering down so hard it drowned out thought. Their shelter sagged immediately. Water pooled beneath them. The ground softened, turning into something that felt alive under their bodies. They huddled together, soaked, shaking, not from cold, but from overstimulation. The jungle never stopped making noise. Insects buzzed. Frogs croaked. Something large crashed through foliage nearby, unseen. Sleep was impossible. When Marcus finally drifted off, he dreamed of drowning while standing upright. Morning brought no relief. Clothes remained wet. Skin softened and burned. Marcus noticed how quickly small cuts became inflamed. Naomi's hands trembled when she tried to eat. Eli was already moving when they woke, pacing the riverbank. "It changed," he said. The water level had risen dramatically overnight. Naomi swallowed. "That means rain upstream." Marcus looked at the jungle behind them. "Which means we don't go back." They followed the river. Days blurred together. Movement was slow, painful. Hunger became constant, dull at first, then sharp. Naomi recognized plants she might be able to eat, but doubt made every decision dangerous. One mistake could kill them faster than starvation. Marcus's ankle worsened. Swelling spread upward. Heat radiated from the joint unnaturally. "I can keep going," he insisted. Naomi believed him. That belief cost them time. By the 4th day, Eli changed. He began stopping suddenly, raising a hand without explanation. He listened intently, eyes darting. "What is it?" Naomi asked. "Patterns," he said. "This place has patterns." Marcus frowned. "It's chaos." Eli shook his head. "That's what it wants you to think." At night, Eli muttered to himself. Naomi caught fragments of words, directions, numbers, apologies. She pretended not to hear. Marcus fell during a river crossing. The water knocked him sideways, slamming his leg into a submerged rock. The scream that left him was raw, animal. Naomi dragged him to shore, hands shaking. His ankle twisted grotesquely, swelling immediately. Eli stared downstream. "We can't carry him far," he said. Naomi glared at him. "Then we don't go far." Eli didn't argue. That worried her. The jungle pressed harder after that. Progress slowed to almost nothing. Marcus's fever returned, worse than before. His skin burned, his eyes unfocused. Naomi rationed water mercilessly. She counted drops. She whispered to Marcus constantly. Nonsense words, fragments of memories, anything to keep him present. Eli vanished for longer periods each day. "I'm scouting," he said. Naomi didn't believe him. When Eli disappeared entirely, it felt inevitable. At first, Naomi told herself he would return. He always did. By afternoon, panic crept in. She shouted his name until her voice broke. The jungle absorbed it effortlessly. Marcus stirred weakly. "Don't leave me." She didn't. That night, Naomi sat awake, machete in her lap, listening to the jungle breathe. They found Eli the next morning. He sat against a tree, knees pulled tight, eyes wide and unfocused. His arms were scratched deeply, blood dried black against skin. "I went in circles," he whispered. "I walked for hours or days. I don't know." Naomi helped him up. Marcus noticed the smell. Fear. The jungle began to feel deliberate, not malicious, selective. It tested them constantly. Small slips, missed steps, moments of distraction. Naomi felt herself narrowing, becoming sharper and colder. Compassion became effort. Marcus's fever spiked dangerously. Naomi made the choice to stop. Eli objected weakly, but she ignored him. That night, something screamed. It echoed too long, too human. Marcus survived, but something in him broke. When he woke, his voice was distant. "You should have left me," he said calmly. Naomi shook her head, tears streaking dirt from her face. "No." Eli stared into the trees. "Someone would have." They moved again, slower than ever. Then, abruptly, the jungle thinned. The river widened. The air shifted. Smoke rose ahead, thin, unmistakably human. Naomi screamed. Marcus cried openly. Eli didn't move. Rescue was chaotic. Hands pulled them forward. Voices shouted. Water spilled. Naomi collapsed the moment she felt solid ground. Marcus was carried. Eli looked back until the jungle vanished. Afterward, survival fractured them. Marcus walked again, but never the same. Pain followed him permanently. Naomi avoided enclosed green spaces. The sound of rain made her heart race. Eli disappeared entirely. No goodbye, no explanation, just silence. The jungle did not chase them. It didn't need to. It remained where it was, patient, alive, waiting. Rescue felt unreal. Hands pulled them forward. Voices overlapped. Water was forced into their mouths too quickly. Naomi barely registered any of it. Her body moved, but her mind lagged behind, still tangled in vines and shadows. Marcus drifted in and out of consciousness as they carried him. His fever broke somewhere along the way, but the weakness remained, deep and stubborn. Eli walked on his own. That was the first thing Naomi noticed. He didn't ask for help. He didn't speak. He simply followed, eyes fixed ahead, as if afraid that looking back would undo everything. Civilization arrived in pieces. First a village, then a road, then buildings that felt too solid, too permanent. The jungle noise faded slowly, replaced by engines, voices, metal. Naomi expected relief. She felt nothing. At the medical station, doctors spoke urgently. Infection, dehydration, parasites. Words stacked on top of each other, losing meaning. Marcus was taken away immediately. Naomi reached for him, then stopped. She had learned something out there. Letting go was sometimes the only way to keep moving. Marcus survived surgery. The infection in his ankle had spread farther than expected. He would walk again, the doctor said, but not without pain, not without reminders. When Naomi finally saw him, he looked smaller. "You stayed," he said quietly. "Yes," she replied. That was all. Eli vanished the next morning. His bed was empty, his bag gone. No one saw him leave. Naomi searched the compound in growing panic, her chest tightening with a familiar fear. She asked guards, villagers, aid workers. No one had noticed anything unusual. "He left early," someone said. People do that. Naomi knew better. They were flown out days later. The helicopter ride was worse this time. The sound triggered something deep and instinctive. Naomi's hands shook violently. Marcus closed his eyes and focused on breathing. The jungle shrank beneath them, becoming a single unbroken mass of green. Naomi waited for relief. It never came. Back home, life resumed without permission. People asked questions. Too many. What was it like? Was it scary? Would you go back? Naomi learned to deflect. Marcus learned to lie politely. They were both tired of explaining something no one could understand. Sleep was the hardest part. Naomi dreamed of being lost, but not moving. Just standing while the jungle grew closer. Marcus dreamed of walking endlessly, pain spreading upward with every step. They rarely talked about it. Talking made it real again. Months passed. Marcus returned to work slowly. His limp became part of him. He learned how to hide it when necessary. Naomi quit her job entirely. She tried new routines, new cities, new distractions. Nothing worked. Green spaces made her uncomfortable. Parks felt wrong. Forest documentaries made her nauseous. Rain was the worst. They met occasionally. Coffee shops, neutral places, open spaces. They never spoke about Eli directly, but his absence lived between them. One evening, Marcus broke the silence. "He didn't leave us," he said suddenly. Naomi looked at him sharply. "He left the jungle," Marcus continued. "Or maybe he stayed." Naomi didn't correct him. She had wondered the same thing. Years later, Naomi received a message. No sender name, no explanation, just coordinates. Somewhere deep in the jungle. She stared at the screen for a long time. Then she deleted it. Some questions are not meant to be answered. Some places don't want witnesses. Marcus never knew about the message. Naomi never told him. She learned something in the jungle. That day she chose to stay. Survival is not about bravery. It's about knowing when to move forward and when not to go back. Green silence. A helicopter drops 3 people deep into the jungle. 5 days. A simple research trip. Then the rain starts. The river rises overnight. The path disappears. The jungle closes in. Insects don't stop. Everything stays wet. Cuts get infected. Food runs out. One of them gets injured. Another starts hearing things. The jungle looks the same in every direction. They get lost without realizing it. Days pass. Strength fades. Fear becomes normal. When rescue finally comes, it doesn't feel like victory. It feels like escape. The jungle doesn't chase them. It doesn't need to. Some places don't try to kill you. They wait.